We're keeping an eye on Joint Base Andrews in Maryland, where a plane carrying Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich, journalist Alsu Kurmasheva, and Marine veteran Paul Whelan is expected to land within the next few hours. They'll be greeted on the tarmac by both President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. Senator Chris Murphy is a Democrat of Connecticut. He serves on the Foreign Relations Committee. He joins me now. Senator, it's great to see you again. Thank you for joining us. It's a nice occasion to have you here. I asked this question of Carol Lee, our correspondent. I asked it of Colonel Vindman. I'm going to ask it of you because I think we can't get enough of understanding how a complex deal that involved 7 nations like this was achieved. I'm waiting for the movie version of this.
Yeah, this is an extraordinary diplomatic achievement, and it's a testament to what happens if you invest time in cultivating and building allies. This deal only works because Joe Biden, when he was sworn in, made it a mission to rebuild our alliance structure, primarily in Europe, but all around the world. Our relationship with Turkey has been very frosty over the years. Our relationship with Germany was fundamentally broken during the Trump administration, and today those countries are taking part in an extraordinary transfer of prisoners. And so you imagine that only Joe Biden could get this done, and you imagine what kind of deal Trump could have ever conceived. He talks a big game about his ability to bring these prisoners home if he was president, but because he wouldn't have any relationships that he could trade on, because he couldn't ask the Germans or the Slovenians to help him, the only thing he would have to trade would be Ukraine, would be abandoning Ukraine as a gift to Putin in order to get these prisoners home. So this is what happens when you invest in alliances. It's a reason why they matter. It's a reason why those relationships ultimately come back to benefit the United States and save American lives.
In fact, there was a bunch of True Social posts here from May, from June, from July about Donald Trump, in which he says, Vladimir Putin will do this for me, but not for anyone else. He's talking about releasing Evan Gershkovich. He's got another one where he says crooked Joe Biden will likely pay billions of dollars. He's got another one where he says Biden will never get him out without paying a king's ransom. I will get him out for no compensation immediately following our victory on November 5th. He was actually president while there were people being held and didn't get them out. I mean, that Paul Whelan has been in Russian detention since prior to Joe Biden being president. So, you said he talks a big game, but these are not bilateral deals. These are complicated negotiations that, in this case, like I said, involved other countries. We had to ask other countries to give up something to get these people back.
Well, listen, he's probably right that Vladimir Putin would give Donald Trump things because Donald Trump is going to give Putin the one thing that he desperately wants, right: control of Ukraine. Donald Trump will pull out of the war in Ukraine, gift that country to Vladimir Putin, and Vladimir Putin would probably be happy to give Donald Trump a prisoner or two. It is also not true what he said today, that he was able to secure prisoners' releases without swaps. That's how these deals get done, whether you like it or not. And when Trump was president, the limited number of times that he did get some prisoners released from abroad, he did swaps. In fact, in one case, he got the release of 2 Americans in exchange for the release of 250 Houthi prisoners, a 250 to 2 swap. This is the opposite. This is 16 Americans and American allies being released in exchange for 8 Russians.
Senator, I do want to ask you about another thing that's happening in the world, because this is, in a very good way, taken up a lot of our space. I just spoke to Admiral Kirby earlier this evening about the rising tensions and the expectation that Iran will initiate some sort of retaliatory attack on Israel after the killing of a Hamas leader in Tehran. What does that mean for us in terms of military preparation or things that we're thinking about in the U.S.? There is some argument that these are the kinds of things that escalate and ultimately will draw the United States into the region.
Yeah, well, there's nothing good that comes from a direct military confrontation between the United States and Iran. So our diplomats are hard at work right now in trying to de-escalate. And of course, we can make no promises that we are going to get our country, our troops, involved with a military confrontation with Iran. Listen, this is part of the reason why many of us were calling for Israel to suspend and end military activities months ago, because there was really no way for this conflict to not escalate. Right now, you are guarding against escalation with Iran at the same time that you are guarding against a second front being opened with Lebanon. So, this conflict has gone on for too long. It should end because you ultimately are not going to defeat Hamas through military force alone, but also because that escalation risk is terrible for the United States.
Is there a future in, there's a couple things have happened in Iran. Nothing looks all that hopeful, but they actually have they've elected a president who's the most reformist of the bunch. They've named Javad Zarif, who used to be their foreign minister, or their ambassador, their foreign minister, really, into a vice presidency position today. Is there some future world where we can perhaps go back to a relationship where we've got a bilateral relationship with Iran and maybe head these things off before they become as bad as they are?
Well, time will tell. This is still an Iranian regime, moderate or not, that does want to wipe Israel off the face of the map. This is an Iranian regime, moderate or not, that is still funding Hezbollah and the Houthis and Hamas. But we are always better off when we are talking to everyone, even our enemies. Of course, the real tragedy here, as you know, is that we pulled out of the nuclear agreement at the beginning of the Trump presidency. Had we stayed in that agreement, we could have used that alliance structure, which included the United States standing with not just Europe, but Russia and China, to be able to use that coalition in order to try to dampen Iran's support for those proxies, those very proxies that attacked Israel on October 7th. So we had a chance to make continued down payments on diplomacy after the nuclear agreement. We're now starting from scratch again, but we should never be afraid to talk to both our friends and our adversaries.